Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Global Agriculture. Today, we're taking a journey through one of the world's oldest agricultural practices, sheep farming. Let's begin the journey. Lambing season marks the beginning of life on the farm, and it's a time when precision, care, and calm routines matter most. As a ewe begins labor, she's moved into a quiet pen where she can give birth safely. Moments after the lamb is born, the farmer gently clears its airway and checks for movement. Once breathing is steady, the lamb is dried off and placed beside the mother to encourage bonding in the first feeding. Colostrum, the first milk, is critical. Rich in nutrients and antibodies, it gives the lamb strength and protects against early illness. If the lamb struggles to nurse, the farmer may assist, ensuring it gets that vital first meal. Next, fresh straw is spread throughout the pen to keep the lamb dry, warm, and comfortable. Clean bedding is essential to prevent infection during these vulnerable first hours. Once the lamb is stable, the farm team begins identification. A small tag is inserted into the ear, providing a permanent record for tracking. Then, using a harmless colored spray, the lamb and mother are marked with matching colors. This simple system helps workers keep each family unit together and avoids confusion in busy barns. These steps happen quickly, but with care. Farmers move from pen to pen, repeating the process dozens of times each day. It's a rhythm built from experience, ensuring that each newborn has the best possible start in life. As the lambs grow past their first weeks, farmers begin routine procedures that prepare them for long-term health and herd management. In this modern system, the lambs are herded into a narrow conveyor-like channel, a specialized chute designed to move them safely and efficiently, one after another. The lambs are kept calm and steady, supported on either side as they travel down the line. Along this moving system, handlers work swiftly. One of the most important tasks is docking, removing the lower portion of the lamb's tail. This may sound harsh, but it's a standard method used to prevent fly strike, a painful and often fatal condition caused by parasites in warm, damp areas under the tail. The process is done quickly, using precision tools that minimize discomfort and lower the risk of infection. The lamb is held in place only briefly before continuing down the line. It's another example of how industrial methods serve animal health on today's farms. Feeding time on a modern sheep farm is a carefully controlled process, powered by automation. Long feeding belts deliver food directly to the pens. The belts move steadily, carrying grain or pellets down the line, ensuring even distribution without waste. As the feed arrives, thousands of sheep are guided into place to eat. The system allows large numbers of animals to be fed at once, without crowding or competition. Each sheep has enough space to eat calmly, improving digestion and overall health. This automated process saves time, reduces labor, and keeps feeding consistent every day. On large farms, it's a vital part of keeping operations efficient and animals well nourished around the clock. Cheesemaking begins with the most important ingredient, fresh sheep's milk. Early in the morning, the farmer collects it straight from the milking parlor, still warm from the animals. Once in the creamery, the milk is poured through a fine strainer, removing any particles and ensuring purity. Then, it's gently heated in a large stainless steel vat. As it warms, she adds natural cultures and a touch of rennet. These help the milk begin its transformation into curds and whey. After about an hour, the milk thickens. The farmer uses a long knife to cut the curd into small, even pieces. This step helps the whey separate. Slowly and gently, she stirs the curds, keeping the texture consistent. Next, the curds are scooped into cloth-lined molds. These molds give the cheese its shape. A light weight is added on top, pressing out excess whey without crushing the curds. Over time, the cheese begins to form into solid wheels. Throughout the day, she returns to flip the molds by hand. This helps the cheese form evenly and keeps the texture smooth. Once firm enough, each wheel is removed from its mold and lightly salted, either rubbed by hand or placed briefly in a salt brine. Salt helps preserve the cheese and brings out its flavor. Then comes the aging. The cheeses are moved to a cool, humid room with wooden shelves. Here, they rest for weeks or even months. During this time, she checks them regularly, cleaning, turning, and watching as the texture and flavor develop naturally. But just as important as the cheese itself is what comes next. Cleaning. Every tool, mold, and surface is thoroughly washed and sanitized. The vat is scrubbed, the floors mopped, and the air left fresh and ready for the next batch. Hygiene is essential. Even one mistake could ruin an entire day's work. This careful process repeats day after day. And while machines can assist, it's the farmer's steady hands, trained eyes, and quiet patience that guide each step. In the end, what started as a few gallons of milk becomes something much more, a wheel of handcrafted cheese, full of character, tradition, and time. At this stage, farmers begin by guiding the sheep into a holding pen, keeping the flock calm and contained. One by one, the animals move through a narrow chute where each is quickly sprayed with a colored mark. This spray paint is non-toxic, fast-drying, and safe for both animal and handler. The color codes indicate the next steps, whether for health checks, shearing, or transport. It's a fast and efficient way to track hundreds of sheep without paperwork or electronic tags. By organizing the flock visually, farmers can manage tasks with greater speed and accuracy. The health and well-being of sheep are paramount, and one common challenge farmers face is lameness. Here, we see an innovative solution designed to prevent such issues, a specially designed footbath. This system allows sheep to walk through a solution that cleans and treats their hooves, effectively preventing various foot-related ailments. The design ensures that the animals are comfortable as they pass through, making it a stress-free experience. Regular use of such preventative measures significantly improves the overall health of the flock, reduces the need for individual treatments, and ultimately contributes to the sheep's quality of life. It's a proactive approach to animal health, showcasing the continuous advancements in farm management techniques. Sheep maintenance begins with crutching, a process where wool is trimmed from around the tail and rear legs to keep the animal clean and healthy. Each sheep is guided into a specialized holding crate, one at a time. The crate gently secures the animal in a standing position, keeping it calm and still. This setup allows the farmer to work quickly and safely without stressing the sheep. Using electric shears, the farmer carefully removes excess wool from around the hindquarters. This reduces the risk of fly strike and improves hygiene, especially during warmer months or before lambing. Once the wool is cleared, the sheep moves forward for hoof care. Overgrown hooves are trimmed with precision tools to prevent pain, infection, or lameness. It's a quick process, but essential to keeping the flock mobile and healthy. Inside a modern sheep processing plant, the slaughter line operates with precision and control, designed to meet both international food safety standards and halal certification requirements. The process begins as live sheep are guided calmly through a narrow chute. Workers handle the animals carefully, ensuring minimal stress. Once in position, each sheep is swiftly and humanely slaughtered in accordance with halal practices. The carcass is then immediately lifted onto an overhead rail system. Suspended in the air, the sheep move down the line for processing. Trained workers at each station remove specific parts. First, the head and internal organs, followed by the hide and hooves. Every motion is part of a well-rehearsed routine, designed for both cleanliness and efficiency. As the line moves forward, skilled butchers separate the meat into precise cuts. Each part is trimmed and sorted: shoulders, ribs, legs, and loins, all processed with consistency to meet customer expectations. Internal organs and secondary byproducts are also sorted for packaging or further processing. Nothing goes to waste. The plant is designed to collect, clean, and channel each part to its proper destination, whether for food, rendering, or disposal. Surfaces and tools are constantly cleaned throughout the process to maintain strict hygiene. Finally, the cuts of meat are weighed, labeled, and vacuum sealed for packaging. Boxes are filled, sealed, and sent into cold storage, ready for delivery to markets, restaurants, and export facilities around the world. This level of organization, where each step flows into the next, represents the industrial backbone of global meat production. It's not just about efficiency, but traceability, food safety, and honoring both tradition and regulation in feeding a growing population. That brings us to the end of today's journey. We hope you enjoyed this closer look into the world of sheep farming, from birth to production. Thanks for watching, and as always, we appreciate your time. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.